Hi folks, I'm Shamus from Outdoors Inspiration, and this is my German Shepherd, Petra, and we're heading out for a bit of a late night wild camp. I say late night, it's about 5 o'clock and it's getting dark, but the forecast is for it to freeze overnight. We're hoping to test a bit of winter kit and wake up to a nice wintry scene in the morning. And I guess if you're watching this, then that happened. Good girl, lie down. Good girl. So this is going to be cosy. This bag lofts up into quite a huge volume. It's a Cumulus Teneqa 850, rated down to -15, probably overkill for Dartmoor, but I'll be snuggly for the night. Chicken korma with rice. That's got to be nice. It's not for dogs. Look, it says so on the packet. Look, not for dogs. Well, maybe a bit is. You can have a bit later. It's not for dogs. You really take the biscuit, don't you? In you go. Good girl, lie down. Right, that's us in for the night then. It's going to be a cold night, or coldish, down to at least 0. It's raining at the moment. I suspect we'll get the snow, if we're lucky. I've got my thermals on inside this bag. I've actually got a mid-layer on as well. That's going to come off in a moment. But I really wanted to give this bag a good run for its money. It's overkill for Dartmoor, really. It's a Cumulus Teneqa 850. So that's 850 grams of 850 fill power Polish goose down. It really is a quality piece of kit. The down is hydrophobic, so that gives it some protection to a certain degree in respect to condensation and dampness. This particular bag lofts in a way I've never seen a bag do before. It absolutely fills out once you've released it from its stuff sack. And I'm coupling the bag tonight with a Neo Air X-Therm. That's a Thermarest Neo Air X-Therm Max. So this is also a wide version, and I can only get away with using that with the Anjan, really, this Anjan 2 tent. If I put this in my solo, there isn't really enough capacity in there for Petra to have a comfortable night. Well, there is, but she'd be lolloping all over me. So it's quite a joy tonight to have the bigger mat, a great big sleeping bag. Petra's actually got a thermarest to sleep on tonight. It's a Pro-Light shorty, so that'll keep her nice and insulated off the ground. And obviously she has her thermal jacket on as well. Many years ago, I worked for the British Antarctic Survey, and I spent a number of winters and summers in Antarctica at a base called Rothera. And we were the last Antarctic research station, the last place in Antarctica to still have husky dogs at that time. All the other nations had given theirs up and repatriated them. And that was because of the Antarctic Treaty, and that states that no non-indigenous species should be introduced to the environment down there. And that meant the huskies as well, because modern science wasn't being conducted by dog teams anymore. We still had roughly 20 dogs there, and we used to run them for recreation effectively and take winter trips with them. Looking back on it, it seems quite adventurous. At the time it was just what we did. But really what I wanted to mention was how hardy those dogs were. They spent the whole of their lives outside, no matter what the weather, the temperatures, the wind. That's how they lived their lives. Seems really unfair now looking back on it, but that was the way it was in Antarctica. Those dogs lived outside on spans. And they weren't a specific breed. I mean, yes, they were huskies. They weren't pedigree racing huskies, and they weren't as big as Malamutes, although some of the dogs weighed up to sort of 50 kilograms. But they were absolutely hard as nails. When we sledged with them, we took dried rations, like blocks of food, and they got fed a couple of blocks a night. But when they were back on the spans, they were fed once every 2 days. And it might seem awful to some people, but what we fed them on was seal. So that's a bit of history from Antarctica. I've been rifling through my old slides, so hopefully while I've been talking, I've been showing you pictures. When we left Antarctica, Rothera Base, in 1994, those dogs came out as well. And I'm very happy that I can at least share those memories and my photographs with you. I don't think Petra wants to sleep outside. Well, let's put a bit of light on. There's been heavy snow for most of the night. I think we'll have a cup of coffee before we go anywhere. The snow's still pouring, but it's on the edge of melting, so I don't think it's going to last for long. There we go, we might end up with a soggy snowman. Well, it was absolutely thumping it down with snow last night, but it's turned a bit damp now and it's diminishing. I think Petra's going to enjoy it. Petra. Come on. Go on in, Petra. Onwards and upwards. Clever girl, come on then. Turned out to be quite pleasant now. It's drying up a little bit and the wind's died down. The wind always makes it feel that little bit colder, and that's why when they give the weather forecast they have a temperature and a feels like temperature. The wind chill factor. Wind chill factors in the effect of the wind across exposed skin and how it cools that down through the convective processes. So it doesn't really count. If you're dressed up, the wind chill doesn't affect you. It's only the exposed bits like your face and hands. Once you're inside a tent, there's no effect at all from wind chill. Well, that about wraps this wild camp video up. I'm sorry if it was a bit brief. It was not too well planned. We nipped out in the last minute to try and take advantage of the snow. Hopefully you've enjoyed the content. If you did, perhaps you give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I'd be really flattered if you followed us and subscribed to the channel. There's a button down there somewhere. So we'll scamper off now, but stay safe, folks. Look after one another. See you soon. Come on then, Petra, onwards and upwards.